What was that? Where am I? What is this room? Why do I look older? What is this place? Ow! It seems real. Oh. This seems to be some sort of studying room. Look at all those books and those titles. Oh, and this is something like from an exhibition, like a museum. Hey. Hey, look at that. That is the fetish from the Arambayas. It's so small. Shouldn't it be bigger? Oh, but it has a broken ear. Yeah. And incidentally, this is Tintin's next adventure.
In 1935, the situation in Europe became increasingly unstable. However, that did not change Hergé's interest in international non-European politics. Inspired by the war between Bolivia and Paraguay, he creates a story that is set against the background of such a war over an area of oil fields. But he introduces another innovation in his series. He's inventing fictional states. From the Museum of Ethnology in Brussels, a small wooden statue, the fetish of the Arumbayas, a South American tribe, is mysteriously stolen. And the very next day, it is just as mysteriously brought back. Tintin realizes that something is wrong. The stolen fetish had a broken ear. The statue that is now in the museum is intact. After the murder of a sculptor, he's tracking down two criminals who are desperately looking for the real fetish. His chase leads him to the South American San Theodoros, a country shaken by revolutions and counter-revolutions. In the Blue Lotus, Hergé used the trick of fictional states only in one place, calling a guest in an opium bar the ambassador of Moldavia. In The Broken Ear, he is using more fictional states. In that case, they are San Theodorus and Nuevo Rico, and they should not be the last. Using fictional states, he had more artistic freedom. The story of the Arumbaya fetish is at first a thriller. It's about theft, forgery, and murder. The story behind it, Tintin is almost accidentally a part of, is the caricature of a petroleum war. Like in reality, in Tintin's world, the two countries are brought against each other by competing companies. On one side, they are the British, and on the other side, they are the Americans. Once again, Hergé pushes the caricature to extremes when the war ends, because it turns out that the oil deposits that are suspected in the border region of the two countries simply do not exist. The South American revolutions and counter-revolutions are parodied to the extreme just as much. When Tintin is captured and stands in front of the executive committee, one revolution and two counter-revolutions take place, and depending on the ruler, Tintin is pardoned or sentenced to death. During the story, Tintin finally meets the new revolutionary leader, who will be a part of Tintin's stories further on, General Alcazar. Alcazar's arch-enemy Tapioca is mentioned, but he does not appear in person in the story. The parody is completed by the portrayal of the arms dealer Basil Bazarov, who delivers weapons to both hostile countries, and thus is the only winner that might have been in this conflict. By the way, in one of Hergé's early drafts, the fact was never mentioned in the comic book series, Bazarov had a daughter named Peggy, and Peggy is married to General Alcazar in the story Tintin and the Picaros. In Tintin and the Picaros, the Arumbayas will appear again, and with them, the scientist Ritual, who lives among them and desperately tries to teach them how to play golf. And he's more or less successful. And there's another character we meet again in Tintin and the Picaros that is introduced in this story. His name is Pablo. Since Tintin has a certain influence on Alcazar and is a pacifist, the two competing oil companies fear that Tintin could make Alcazar draw back from the war. So they pay Pablo to kill Tintin. But Pablo misses Tintin. But Tintin is not eager to throw Pablo into prison, and so Pablo will become later on a most valuable ally. In this scene where Pablo tries to shoot Tintin, we see a small mistake made by Hergé. This was due to the fact that Hergé has never seen a real banana tree in his life before. Have you spotted the mistake in this scene? Hergé had only seen photographs of bunches of bananas that were already cut from the tree. He had never seen bananas hang in their natural position, and due to that, he drew the banana bunch on the tree the wrong way round, as we can see here. The story is not quite as strong as its predecessor, The Blue Lotus. And above all, the scenes that play in the South American jungle sometimes seems as if Hergé had become a bit hectic, because all you see are the characters against a flat green background. But the story itself is funny, it has wit and ideas, all brought together in a criminal case. And again, one must say, war for oil? Doesn't that sound familiar?
But again, what is this place?
This is your new studying room. I hope you like it.
Who are you, and why do you scare me like that?
I am sorry. It was not my intention to scare you. I am the curator. I have been watching you since you came here to this place. And it is good to see that you found something to do while you are here.
So, this is not the real world.
You have entered the Nexus. It is a special place. It is between the universes, like a membrane between two cells. It is a space between. A between space, if you want. But at the same time, it's a world of its own all around us. This place here, as you've already noticed, is a museum. The Museum of the Universes. It is the counterpart of the Temple of the Wind Harp in your universe. You came here to find knowledge. In this museum, you will find knowledge. All the knowledge that you want. Take a look around. See what this museum beholds.
Okay.